Good day, folks, and welcome back to Merton Hyundai and Ed's Garage. Today, I'm finally looking at the ultimate version of the Elantra Hybrid. I've already done the walk around on the preferred trim. This, of course, is the ultimate trim. Now, on the outside, you wouldn't know it because it basically looks exactly like the preferred trim, with the exception that it has the sunroof. So I guess you wouldn't know it from here, but you'd know it from here. So anyway, let's have a look at this beautiful Elantra. Now, of course, the Elantra was completely redesigned for 2021 and also won North American Car of the Year last year as well. So it's an awesome vehicle. It's got a huge interior, actually one of the best in-class sizes of interior. But I'm going to start with the outside of the car, then we'll work on to the inside of the car and go over some of the features. So first off, on the front grille, you get this really nice sort of almost like a dark chrome look on the side here, as well as the grille. It's a really nice commanding grille that kind of morphs into the headlights. You do have projection headlights and, of course, LED daytime running lights. These actually look really cool. On this side, you can see we've got aluminum alloy wheels, and they're blacked out, so they look pretty cool as well, especially with this color. These are 205/55 R16. They're a Kumo Solus mud and snow rated all-season tire. Now, looking a little bit further, you see we've got the blind spot monitoring and the marker lights on the mirrors. And there's also a light that lights up in here as you approach the vehicle. So it kind of lights this whole area. It's got proximity entry as well, of course. What do you guys think of this color? Isn't it gorgeous? Some pretty cool color choices for the Elantra. Coming around the back, really, really cool styling back here. You got the sort of bar that goes all the way across. Looks really, really cool. Now, of course, this one does have a button right here to open the trunk, but it's got one of my favorite features, and that is Smart Trunk. So as long as you have the key, all you need to do is walk up to the back of the vehicle, and after beeping and flashing a couple times, it opens up just like that. Pretty cool. All right, so having a look at the trunk space in the vehicle, of course, you do have the 60/40 split rear bench in here, and there's actually a lot of space in here. Underneath the floor on the hybrid, you still get a spare tire. That's pretty cool. A lot of hybrids nowadays don't actually come with spares, so it's nice to see that we've got a spare tire in here. Now, closing that up, you can see we've got the backup camera right here, which has still got some protective film on it, so we'll take that off. We'll check that out in a second. Let's have a quick look under the hood. All right, so underneath the hood of the Elantra, we have a 1.6 liter engine mated to a hybrid system, of course. Combined output of 139 horsepower. Does 0 to 60 miles an hour in about 7.5 seconds. So 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, 7.5 seconds, which is actually pretty respectable for a hybrid vehicle. Kind of nice to see. So you can see we got a motor generator up here, and then basically there's a motor sandwich between the gas engine and the transmission down there. It's a 6-speed dual clutch automatic transmission. So really quick shifts and a nice electric motor for a little extra oomph. And of course, anytime you're slowing down, anytime you're going down a hill, anytime you're braking, it's going to use that regenerative braking to slow the vehicle down, so your brakes are going to last way longer, as well as, of course, you're going to get spectacular fuel efficiency, 4.4 liters per 100 kilometers, which is awesome, especially considering the size of the vehicle. And that is real world mileage. It's actually very easily attainable mileage. Also under the hood, you'll also see we've got nice insulation that's well kept up here. You don't see it falling down. It's insulation along the firewall there. It's actually a pretty quiet vehicle. Tons of the structural adhesive, hundreds of feet of structural adhesive, which is up to 10 times more than the competition. So that's really good to see as well. All right, let's check the inside of the car. All right, having a look at the back seat of the Elantra Hybrid. So now, even though there is a battery underneath the rear seat in this vehicle, the seat is actually pretty high up off the ground, which is kind of nice. So your legs aren't really going up too high here by the knee. And there's actually a lot of floor space here underneath the seat. You can actually slide your feet underneath there. Pretty comfortable place to be, actually. The seats are comfortable. Of course, you got this beautiful leatherette interior. You've got a padded dual cup holder armrest that, of course, retracts back into the seat. And the headroom's quite good, actually. So I'm 6'2", and you can see I've still got about an inch above my head. Again, the seat isn't raised up to fit a battery, and the floor, of course, is not raised up because the battery's not underneath the floor either. So also back here to note, you've got solid seat back, so any passenger or driver isn't going to get, the kids kicking in the back of the seat. Not going to have to worry about that. You've also got a seat back pocket on the passenger side as well. All right, let's check out the front seat. All right, so as you can see, the leather interior actually looks really nice, leatherette interior technically. So you've got perforated leather on the seats, and then you've got this cool sort of stitching up along the bolsters. It's a really actually quite a handsome look. Now, as far as the legroom and headroom in the Elantra, as you can see, again, 6'2". I have plenty of legroom, plenty of headroom. As a matter of fact, the seat can go even further back here, and now my legs are really stretched out. As a matter of fact, I would have to go a little bit forward. As far as headroom goes, this seat does have height adjustment. It is manual though. For whatever reason, in Canada, the Ultimate Hybrid doesn't get the Tech Pack option that you can get in the non-hybrid. Wow, this seat really goes up a long way. So if you're a shorter person, there is a lot, there we go. So now my head's on the roof. So you can see there's a lot of manipulation in the seat height, which is cool. Now, of course, the steering wheel is also tilt and telescopic. So if you need to, you can really put that steering wheel exactly where you need it. All right, so starting with features on the left-hand side, you got your typical window and mirror controls, nothing too special there. You've got your dimmer switch here right beside my favorite button. This is the 12-volt battery reset button. So because this vehicle does not have a 12-volt accessory battery, if you kill the 12-volt battery, all you need to do is press this button and you kind of self-jump start. So you don't ever need to get somebody with jumper cables to give you a jump start, because you just do it from, by pressing that button. Beside that, we got the lane keep assist button there. So that's at higher speeds like highways. Lane keep assist will basically keep you in between the lines. It'll steer itself. Traction and stability control, of course. Left stock, just regular headlight and high beams and turn signal. Nothing too special there. It does have auto headlights as well, of course. The right stock, of course, is for your windshield wipers. No automatic system there, but that's pretty standard stuff. On the steering wheel, got all of your media controls over here and all of your drive controls over here. So you got trip computer as well as your adaptive cruise. So check that out. So this one does have adaptive cruise, which is nice. So that maintains your distance behind the car in front of you automatically. So if they slow down, you slow down, coming right to a stop if necessary. And your lane follow assist. So when you see the little lane follow assist icon on the screen go green, that means that the car can, for the most part, steer within the lines by itself. It's also a fully wrapped steering wheel. It's a leather wrapped steering wheel. It is a heated steering wheel as well. So all 360 degrees around is heated. The button is in the climate control area where it should be. So all of your comfort settings are right here in the same area. 3 levels of automatic climate control. Really nice to see. That's a bit of a luxury feature. So if you have the intensity too high, you can drop it down a little bit without having to change the fan controls. It'll do that for you. Heated steering wheel there, heated seats on the outboard edges of these buttons, and of course the rest of the buttons are pretty standard. Now, one thing I really love about these climate controls, check this out. Currently we're on fresh air. However, if I pull the stock to clean the front windshield, watch what happens. It jumps over to the recirculate. So this vehicle is equipped with auto recirculate upon windshield washer use, and that way you don't smell the washer fluid when you pull the washer stick. How cool is that? Pretty neat technology. All right, looking down at the center console right here, you can see we have a button for auto hold, so that will keep the vehicle in place when you take your foot off the brake. Here is your power e-brake, which is automatic as well, but when you put this on and then put the car in drive, it'll actually turn itself off. You've got a dummy button here and a button for your camera system, which I'll show you momentarily, and your drive mode button. Now, the drive mode button does some pretty cool things. So with the different drive modes, you can see here, so on this beautiful 10-inch instrument cluster digital screen, when I change the drive mode from normal to sport, look at that. Look at what happens. How cool is that? So you got that really nice sort of sporty look, and then of course you have the smart mode as well. So there's actually 4 different modes of instrument cluster, and they can be set with the drive mode, or you can actually change them manually using this button right here. You can go into your user settings, so let's jump over there. I can go down to theme selection, unlink it from the drive mode, and then we have theme B, theme C, and theme D, the cubes, the famous cubes. So now you have the liters per 100K over here, so your fuel efficiency, and then your speedometer right there. Pretty cool little design element. So I realized when editing the video that I didn't actually talk about the drive modes. So, so basically you've got normal, sport, and smart. Normal mode is going to be like any other car. Sport mode is going to tighten up the steering wheel and give you a little bit more low-end kick. So you're going to find that the gas engine stays on a little bit longer as well, a little bit more often. And then the steering wheel is also going to get a bit tightened as well. It reduces a bit of the dead zone in the center of the steering wheel, increases the steering feel, that sort of thing. The smart mode, basically what that's going to do is look at how you're driving and change dynamically based on sort of an eco mode or a dynamic sport mode. So it goes back and forth depending on how you're driving the car. All right, back to the program. Now also, of course, in the user settings, you've got quite a few other things. So I'm using basically this button to go across the screen. I'll show you what I mean here. So you've got your energy flow, user settings, and then back to this screen here. So we're going to go into user settings, driving assistance. That's where you can change things like your warning timing, driver attention, warning information. This one basically will tell you if it thinks you're getting sleepy or if the vehicle in front of you starts to leave. That's the vehicle departure alert. If you miss that, your forward safety, you can enable and disable the autonomous braking. Lane safety, you can enable, disable automatic lane keep assist, or just have it on warning or turn it off completely. Blind spot monitor, you can have it safe exit assist, which is pretty cool. So that actually will keep the rear doors locked if there's a car coming and you're parallel parked. The active assist means that if you start to drift over your lane, it'll brake the opposite side wheels to pull you back into your lane if you're about to hit somebody. And the parking safety, you've got rear cross traffic alert safety. So that's a beeping when you're backing out of a parking space if it detects a pedestrian or a car coming. Lights is where you can actually change your dimmer switch. So that's one place. The other place was on the dashboard, like I mentioned earlier. Turn signal, you can put it on 5 flashes for the momentary signal. You can have your headlights delayed when you shut the car off. High beam assist, of course, is when it detects cars in front of you and you have your high beams on, it'll turn them off for you. Under door, this is where you can enable and disable the smart trunk. I didn't actually have it enabled earlier, so I might have done the smart trunk thing a little bit differently, but you know, it works the same way. Under sound, you can enable the welcome sound, and then convenience, rear occupant alert. So when you open up a rear door while the vehicle's on, it remembers that, so that when you shut the car off, it actually warns you to check your rear seats in case you forgot something. Welcome light, that's a little light in the door handle. Charging system, your wireless charger pad. So that's actually up here. You actually have a 40-watt wireless charger, fastest wireless charger in the industry. So pretty cool. Wipers lights display. That just means when you put them on, it actually says what setting it's on here in the screen. Icy road warning is obvious. And vehicle auto shut off, it will actually turn itself off after 30 or 60 minutes if you have it set to that. Pretty cool. And that's only if nothing's happening in the car, of course. It's also where you can change your service interval. And then, of course, you can have the fuel economy reset thing there as well, automatic reset or not, and then the speed units like miles per hour or kilometers per hour, temperature units, Fahrenheit or Celsius, etc. So all of that is in the user settings. And what's really cool about this screen is when I go into this one here, you got the energy flow, you've got your drive information, your trip computer, trip B, attention level, like how, you know, attentive it thinks you are based on your steering input, your tire pressure monitor, your engine temperature, your current drive mode, and then you can actually change the contents. If we go into here, I can actually enable and disable any one of these different things. So check it out. I just put a check mark in there. The way that I'm doing that is I'm using this up and down arrow button here, and then when I need to choose one, I just press it, and that puts a little check mark in that box right there. So now we have the digital speedometer as well. And now everything's on. Perfect. So I can get it out of there and I see now if I go up, I'll have the digital speedometer. There it is. And if I wanted to, I could change that to miles per hour. Check this out. So now everything's in miles just by holding down the OK button. Again, that's this button right here. All right, that's enough about the instrument cluster. So also above here, you can see we got 2 USB ports. So one that'll charge cell phones or tablets, and then this one's for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto if you don't have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on your cell phone, but this vehicle is equipped with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So really cool. If you go into the setup, you can see there's actually a Wi-Fi section here where you can enable and disable the Wi-Fi phone projection. Pretty cool stuff. Now this is a non-polarized screen, so if you wear polarized sunglasses, that's not a problem. You're still going to be able to see what's on the screen. Let me show you the backup camera real quick. So you got dynamic steering lines that move with the steering wheel. Nice clear image, high resolution, and you can also switch it to a sort of downward facing mode, and when you do that, you still get that dynamic steering line. And you can see the bumper along the bottom here as well, so it's really easy to back this car up, guys. All right, also in here, of course, is your radio. So if I tap on the screen, whoop, let's just turn that off. So I'm gonna turn that back on and then crank the volume all the way down. So you can see we've got satellite radio on here, of course, and you also obviously have FM and AM, and all of your presets show up on the left-hand side here. And it's a simple matter of just putting a little star in, and it puts your preset on the left-hand side. You'll also notice it says record. That's because you can record live satellite radio. Pretty cool. You got some hard buttons on the left and the right side. So the hard buttons include radio, which take you to the radio screen that we were just at, media, which take you to media playback from your cell phone or whatnot. The star button here is customizable. When you press that the first time, it allows you to choose which one you want. We always put it on phone projection. That's the Apple CarPlay Android Auto, so that regardless of what screen you're in, you can quickly hit that to go back to the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto screen. You also got your hybrid screen here as well, which of course shows you where energy is coming from and going to, and your current economy. If you tap those screens, you can get a more detailed view, like your history, and then this will just go full screen. So lots of cool stuff in here. No built-in navigation on the Hybrid Ultimate, unfortunately, but like I said, you do get the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and they are wireless, so you can navigate with those on the screen. That is an 8-inch screen, by the way, and again, not polarized. So if you're wearing polarized sunglasses, you can still see what's on that screen, no problem. All right, up here we have the manual adjusting mirror, and then a little further up we have the sunroof controls. We have the sunroof controls, the lighting controls, and then you also have in this vehicle BlueLink. So there's your call for roadside assistance and call for emergency assistance. Now, BlueLink is free for 3 years in Canada, so accompanying your 5-year, 100,000 kilometer limited comprehensive warranty, which is also best in class in Canada, you also have 3 years best in class in Canada as well of free BlueLink. So that allows you to remotely start the car from your cell phone. You can also do that from the key fob. It allows you to unlock the doors, lock the doors, find it on a Google map, and from within the car, you have automated emergency systems calling, emergency services calling, the button, as well as the roadside assistance calling feature as well. So lots of features for free for 3 years with BlueLink technology. All right, and then further up with the Ultimate, you do get the sunroof. Now there is a little bit of a trick with the sunroof that I want to show. When you press the sunroof button once, it does retract to there. However, the reason it stops there is to stop that helicopter buffeting noise. If you press it again, it goes a little bit further. And the reason for that is because when you have the windows open, you get rid of that buffeting noise anyway. So if you want to have the sunroof open all the way, you can. And then there's also a tilt option. So you just push the button up and then it tilts just like that, and push forward to close it again. Last thing but not least, both sun visors do slide out, both have mirrors, and both have lights. All right, that pretty much covers all the important stuff on the Elantra Hybrid Ultimate. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you found this video useful at all, I would invite you to please subscribe for future videos, which may also be useful to you. Again, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.